California, as Group A play continues in the first round of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup America's Qualifiers. It's game day 3 for both of these teams, the United States and the Dominican Republic. And while these programs haven't met since the 2017 AmeriCup, there's plenty of history in this matchup as you check out our times for Group A play. Today, Mexico and USA, of course, going on Sunday. We'll have that for you here, the standings for Group A right now. Mexico actually did just get a win over Nicaragua. So if USA beats the Dominican Republic here, then they will be back on top of the standings. Well, the Dominican Republic is built around a front court strength and veteran guard presence. Angel Delgado anchors the interior with international experience across multiple World Cups, while 6'11" Hassel Soriano gives them size and rim presence. And in the backcourt, you got Glenn Solano and Miguel Torres, who bring veteran playmaking in wings like Omar Silverio and Andres Castillo, providing spacing for them. This is a physical, structured group that rebounds, defends, and can see their scoring happen in bursts when their perimeter shots fall, but tough task to go up against Team USA, which counters with versatility and pro experience across the board. Alfred Payton Jr. and Brandon Knight, who's back in this window, give them that veteran point guard play. David Roddy playing his first time for Team USA. Jeremiah Robinson and Malcolm Hill back with Team USA, bring length on the wing and inside. Former top draft pick James Wiseman is going to be an interesting one, and Jeremiah Tillman as well supplies size and vertical spacing, and with shooting from Dakota Mathias and Jaden Shackelford, this U.S. roster blends NBA experience, G League production, and international club resume as they look to dictate the tempo at home. As we pause for the national anthem of the Dominican Republic. And now the national anthem for the United States of America. Beautiful evening for some basketball here in California. The United States 2-0 So far in Group A, the Dominican Republic looking to bounce back after a tough loss in their last window against Mexico. Their last game, they lost in the final moments, 89-88. The United States put up a record number, 123 points on Nicaragua in their last game. They won 123-293, and there you have our officials for tonight's game: Andres Bartel, Fernando Late, and Ryan Langdon. Uruguay, Brazil, and Canada represented by our official referees, who have done a fantastic job here in the qualifying window so far. Well, you take a look at the Dominican Republic and what they need to do in this ball game, and it's going to be to score and score in bunches, and we'll check out their starting lineup. And of course, Nunez, Delgado back here, and Hassel Perez back in the starting lineup after facing a little bit of time off. Only played one game in the last window before what they called a disciplinary action for their second game, so he wasn't able to go in their second game of the last window against Mexico, which they lost by 1 point. And there is their leader. It's Nestor Che Garcia, who's in his 7th year at the helm for the Dominican Republic, a veteran international coach with major success in the Americas. He led Venezuela to 3 continental gold medals: 2014 South American, 2015 FIBA Americas, and the 2016 South American titles, and he coached them at the 2016 Olympics. And now you take a look at Team USA, and they've been pretty much a well-oiled machine here, starting off Group A in the first round. And Jaden Shackelford is back in there with Brandon Knight, who was the team captain in the last window. But David Roddy and James Wiseman, the big 7-footer, in there in the starting lineup, and Jeremiah Robinson will round them out. Jeremiah Robinson Earl actually is one of those interesting stories that he's in there for this window. It's his first time competing at the national team senior level, but he represented the United States strong in the U18 AmeriCup in 2018 and 2019. And there's Steven Silas, who's the longtime NBA coach with 20 or more years of experience, including head coach of the Houston Rockets and assistant roles under Don Nelson, Rick Carlisle, and his father Paul Silas in Charlotte, New Orleans, Cleveland, Golden State, and Dallas. He's coached stars such as Steph Curry and LeBron James through extensive player development work as well. So these guys have a great coach to give them some good tutelage as they move up in their ranks, and obviously trying to represent their home country well. Of course, Steven Silas filling in for Eric Spoelstra, who will take up the role as head coach this summer. Summer windows happening at the end of June, right at the beginning of July. But here for the second window of the FIBA Americas World Cup qualifiers. Group A action, still here in the first round. If the United States wins both of their games here in game day number 3 and 4, they will automatically move on to the second round, and then however they do in the next window, June-July window, won't really matter for them, but they got to win those 2. The Dominican Republic, a bigger test for them though. The top 25 team in the world in the Dominican Republic, currently at number 21. But the Dominican Republic last time against Team USA never really found offensive rhythm. They shot just 30% overall from the field and 41% on twos against the United States, and committed 17 turnovers. But they did compete on the glass. And actually, right now we're going to take a moment of silence to observe a beautiful member of the community who has suddenly passed, Fabian Boro. Fabian Boro, the former president of FIBA Americas, unfortunately passed away suddenly at the age of 64. A devoted and influential leader, he made a lasting contribution to the growth of our sport across the region. We can't thank him enough, and this game tonight is for him. And he would want to see some great competition here tonight, and I believe that's exactly what we're going to get. The United States and the Dominican Republic. Getting going here. Our final game of game day number 3 across the world, actually. So this one will close it out. The United States starting with some size at center court. Wiseman will tip this one off with Angel Delgado. And the Dominican Republic gets it to start this one off, and we are underway in the World Cup Qualifiers Americas region, day 3. Welcome everyone to the United States and the Dominican Republic as time starts ticking down. Now from the outside, it's Solano, guarded by Wiseman, creates some room, was inside the arc, and left it a little bit short on the Dominican Republic's first shot of this ball game. Like I said, the Dominican Republic's gonna have to score early and often. This United States team can get out and running, and the US immediately turns it over there. Solano credited with the steal, and on the other side, a whistle immediately. So Solano coming back the other direction and spinning off Perez there. USA picks up their first team foul. Here's Perez. Now gets the switch, goes back right. Perez looking for this dance. They're gonna clear it out for him. It's good to have their leader back in this lineup. Perez fading and goes off the glass for our first score of the game. Hassel Perez, the small forward at 24 years old. Came in with just 4 points in his last game as that one was thrown up and off the mark. And now running is the Dominican Republic, and coasting into the lane for the finish. It's Juan Matos. Now we're going back the other direction. The Dominican Republic has numbers, stolen away by David Roddy. Ball is loose. United States not playing clean early often here. Solano now slowing it down from the outside. Solano driving inside, and the Dominican Republic a 6-point run here to start off this ball game, and the inbound going just barely to Brandon Knight, who will now slow things down, and the captain for the United States in this window has the ball up top. Roddy will work outside the arc with him, and he almost had his pocket picked, and he does. It's Juan Matos inside for the finish. The Dominican Republic coming out strong here. Up 8-0 already. 4 fast break points for the Dominican Republic. Shackelford in traffic, now underneath the cup, somehow retained his dribble. And underneath, Robinson Earl just rims out. Angel Nunez on the near side. Now Solano fouled as he was going up for it to lay it in. Second team foul on the United States, who looks all out of sorts. And the Dominican Republic has just been relentless on this downhill attack to get close to the rim. A couple pickpockets here as well. 4 steals credited to the Dominican Republic already in this ball game. They also have a block, and now here comes Tyler Taylor. Played for the Brisbane Bullets in Australia. And our first couple of free throws coming for Glenn Solano. Solano, a longtime Dominican point guard across 3 World Cups and multiple qualifying windows, averaging 6.6 assists per game at the 2019 World Cup and 12.3 points per game at the 2021 Olympic qualifiers in Serbia. Splits the free throws there. The Dominican Republic, a 9-0 lead to start off this ball game. From up top, Shackelford left alone, and he left it short. Wow. Delgado the rebound. 3 minutes into the first quarter, the United States hasn't scored. Getting downhill, there's Solano, and he missed it. The Dominican Republic still up by 9. A trap coming on the near side for Knight. They give it to Wiseman up top. A foot was on the line, and it just rims out. There's a huge lid on the cup for the United States. They have not scored in over 3 minutes and some change into this game. That's the key for the Dominican Republic. And on the other side, in transition, we'll get a foul as Brandon Knight was going the other way. Hassel Perez commits the first team foul for the Dominican Republic. See in transition here. Yeah, Perez pretty intentional about that one. A nice spin, though, by Solano. He just hit it a little bit strong. Now it's Wiseman from the far side. A 3 on the way. That one will connect. Well, they say it was a 3 or a long 2. And it is a 3. So the United States finally gets on the board with a shot from deep. And it was Brandon Knight. Who else? Knight was great, though. So far averaging 15 points per game through his first 2 games of play. An off-balance shot does not go. Wiseman the rebound. Knight goes left, now down the lane, flips it up to Wiseman. A foul on the floor. Looks like Matos is going to get called for that one. The Dominican Republic commits their second team foul. 6-point game here, as we are now over 4 minutes into this one, as we see Darius Mathias check in. So Knight the step back, and yeah, his shoe was just a little bit behind that 3-point line. Now Shackelford gets the screen from Wiseman, a pick and roll. It gets knocked loose and going back the other way. Nice play there on defense by the Dominican Republic, and they wanted to get off and running there. Tried to get a head start. The official called it back, said, no, you actually have to have your foot behind the line and have me touch it before you inbound it. From the near side, Nunez gives it up. It's Matos now. We're back up top to Solano. He trips and falls. Keeps his balance, though. Mid-range J. It's touched last by the Dominican Republic, and Perez pleading his case with the official. Seems to be to no avail. And I believe we're going to go to the monitor. You could see head coach for the Dominican Republic, Che Garcia, making the monitor rectangle with his hands. And we are going to get our first timeout here of the first quarter, with the Dominican Republic up by 3, as you see it here. The dive by Mathias. Now, was it off of Perez last before it went out of bounds? So they'll take a look at it here. They got a lot more angles to look at. Game day number 3 of the World Cup qualifiers. So there is where Mathias touches it. Ooh, it might be off that left hand of Hassel Perez before it went out there. It's close, and that's why none of us commentators are the officials. They have obviously the best look at it. This will give us another look here. The dive by Mathias, and seems like Perez might have touched that last based on that angle. One more time for good luck. Mathias clearly has it there. Oh, maybe it went off his right shoe. So it was either off the right shoe of Mathias or off the left hand of Perez. one more time because we can't get enough of this play. So from that angle, it looked like maybe Perez just took a swing and miss, and it actually went off of the shoe of Mathias. And our officials have reached a verdict. It's going to stay over here, so it was off of Mathias's shoe last, and clearly Perez very exorbitantly said out loud that he thought that he didn't touch it at all, and he was clearly right. Great job there with the challenge by Che Garcia. And now Perez on the near side, guarded by Mathias. Now Solano. He'll get a screen, goes back on the other side to Delgado. A drive downhill, a left hand and a block by Wiseman. United States pushing the other direction, and Knight lost it. Numbers for the Dominican Republic, they got a 3-on-1 and a kiss off the glass for 2. That one falling for Juan Matos. He's got 6 points in this ball game, and the runner on the right side by Shackelford. He's on the board. United States just 2 field goals so far in over 5.5 minutes of play. The Dominican Republic with a 6-point lead here in the first quarter. Matos on the outside, guarded by Shackelford, way out beyond the arc. Now they dish inside. A good backdoor cut there by the Dominican Republic. And Glenn Solano with another field goal. We've got a foul on the floor. It looks like it's going back the other way. Offensive foul. So it seems like a moving screen there by James Wiseman on the other side. Shackelford able to get that finish. The Dominican Republic up by 8 here in the first. Now down the lane, a floater won't go. Underneath, a foul goes in favor of Delgado, and he'll go to the line. They'll get James Wiseman on this one. It was the miss originally by Solano. Delgado was on the cleanup crew. And now we'll see Richard Batista, who will come in for Glenn Solano, who's been running the point really well for the Dominican Republic. They've gotten out in transition already and have been running so far. Angel Delgado, currently playing in Turkey, was a BWB All-Star back in 2013 and an anchor of the Dominican front court, across multiple World Cups and AmeriCup cycles. Averaged 13.8 points per game at the 2022 AmeriCup. And then the last World Cup qualifiers, 10.5 points per game. That's pretty good. Peyton Jr. now into the ball game, and he goes off the window for 2. United States back to trailing by 8. Now the Dominican Republic. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. The pick and pop, and that one will fall for Delgado. So we saw a couple of free throws go in, and now right back up by 10. The United States is. It's their biggest lead of the game. The Dominican Republic has not left the lead up for grabs so far. They scored early and often. And just getting out in transition and running as well. I think that's been the most impressive part. 8 fast break points for this Dominican Republic squad. 14 points in the paint so far for the team in blue. Up top, Perez. Right side was way off balance on that one. USA coming left to right as you're seeing it on your screen. Taylor gives it up. Mathias gathers. Dominican Republic really likes to push here. Definitely has been exploiting some mismatches so far. Entry pass, right side. Here's Delgado, the fader, and it falls in. He's got some magic sauce on his hands right now. He can't miss. The Dominican Republic a 12-point lead here in the first quarter. USA has just made 3 field goals so far. Now Wiseman will dunk it down. Good entry feed in there to the 211-centimeter 24-year-old. On the wraparound, long 2. Another opportunity here for the Dominican Republic. Running the point is Bautista. He's pastured out beyond the arc by Peyton Jr. He'll go right, down the lane, and it's blocked underneath by Taylor. A shot clock violation, and it's going back the other way. So here comes Joel Soriano again. Quality minutes there by Angel Delgado. Delgado 6 points, a perfect 2 for 2 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw stripe. Just over a minute left to go here in the first. Floater will miss short, and the rebound and put back for the United States. They're finally into double figures. The Dominican Republic has really dominated this first quarter as Jeremiah Tillman gets his first field goal of the ball game. Out beyond the arc, Bautista now is going to get a screen from Soriano. He'll go down the left lane underneath the basket, and he stepped out of bounds with 38.3 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. So Anderson Mejia now checking in, and yeah, you saw there his left foot just crossed that plane. The United States can go 2 for 1 here, but they got to go quickly. Peyton Jr. slowing down, Bautista sagging off of him. He's at the logo right now. Mathias going left, they give it right to him. Now he'll go up and get the screen, right side. They kick it back out. Taylor 3. Rebound there by Perez. Dominican Republic couldn't hold for the final shot here of the first quarter. They lead by 8. 8 seconds to go. 24-second clock is off. Perez down the lane, fouled. So he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Hasn't missed a free throw yet here in the FIBA World Cup America's qualifiers. Yeah, he saw a lane and took it right downhill. Peyton Jr. getting called for that one. Perez so far 1 for 3 from the field, but he's got 3 rebounds. Also talk about quality minutes for Angel Delgado and what he got them for. Currently a +10 in the plus-minus category, 6 points in under 9 minutes of play, 6 rebounds, 2 of which were offensive. Great job by their man coming off the bench. 3.6 seconds to go. End of the first quarter. A foul right before time expires. The Dominican Republic had 2 to give. So that stops the clock immediately. The United States can set something up. It's got to be an inbound and a shot. Peyton Jr. from the far side to trigger. Bautista waving his hands in front of his face. They get it inside. Hill from deep. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. The Dominican Republic has a double-digit lead after 1. They lead by 10 here going into the second quarter. An impressive first quarter for the Dominican Republic, who held Team USA to just 11 points. Team USA only made 5 shots from the field in that entire first quarter. And they're coming off a historic win over Nicaragua where they had 123 points. That broke a record in this qualifier so far. And you take a look at the way they're shooting from the floor. Only 1 3 attempted by the Dominican Republic, by the way. They've been living inside out on Team USA as we check out our best plays from that first quarter. And it's going to be a lot of the Dominican Republic, and the turnarounds were a little bit crazy for the DR in that one, but they were just getting downhill and attacking from the get-go. They had 12 points off of turnovers. They were creating chaos on the turnovers. 5 steals for the Dominican Republic, 1 block. They have 16 points in the paint, 12 points off of those turnovers, and 8 fast break points. So they've been just running on Team USA so far. It's been an impressive game for the team in blue, and Team USA did get a couple of shots to fall at the end as they started to attack on the other side, but it really didn't open up until that 3 ball. James Wiseman, though, with that dunk inside, and then also the 3 for Team USA. So Brandon Knight made that 3. And you guys should download that Courtside 1891 app. Scan the QR code to get Courtside 1891, or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. And you can be a fan of all ages at these games, as the United States and the Dominican Republic going head-to-head in United States territory as well, in Oceanside, California, at Front Wave Arena, SoCal. Beginning of the second quarter here between the USA and the Dominican Republic. USA trailing by 10. And looking at the shot chart, everything so far for the Dominican Republic has come from the inside. They have not made a shot from further than 20 feet so far. Mathias coming to a stop, the turnaround, good. That's a good sign for Team USA. Mathias has some experience playing for Team USA, 12 points per game in the 2021 FIBA AmeriCup Qualifiers. 6 bench points from Team USA as well. The Dominican Republic has gotten 0 from their bench. They currently lead by 8. From the outside, Silverio with the left, and he gets the roll. Silverio appeared in the 2025 AmeriCup Qualifiers as well for the Dominican Republic. The no-look inside, and the foul! Mathias on back-to-back buckets, this time for a chance at 3. Darius Mathias at 30 years old, playing for the Brisbane Bullets in Australia, has played all over the place. And a nice finish there through contact. An extensive international resume, including stops in Spain, Turkey, and now Australia, playing for Coach Silas's team here. A minute into the second quarter, USA making up some ground here. They trail by 7. Garcia, Batista, Soriano, Castillo, and Silverio on the floor for the Dominican Republic to start off this second quarter. Now the off-balance shot will not fall for Silverio. Mathias has got it. He's going back the other way. It's Peyton Jr., Mathias, Tillman, Taylor, and Hill on the court for Team USA, and that's how they get it inside to Taylor for 2. USA making up some room here. Their bench has really been doing them some favors. Inside, Soriano maneuvering, left it short, tried to get his own rebound. Outlast off of USA. Seen a lot of good back cuts so far in this ball game. Silverio now trying to dance on the near side. Back up top, Batista. gets the screen from Soriano. Bautista, right side. Blocking foul on Team USA. So they'll pick up their first team foul of this second quarter. See Bautista driving right there. Went right at Tillman, and Tillman might have got him there with that left hand. As you see at the bottom of your screen here, the USA has not led at all in this ball game. 2 minutes in to this second quarter. Catch and shoot. Midi is good. Andres Castillo with the bucket there. That one is good from deep. Mathias on fire. He's made 3 shots in a row that he's taken from the field, and he's got 8 points in the ball game. Dominican Republic took a walk from the island there. That's a travel. And we might have our first time out here of this second quarter as the United States is getting some room. And the lucky bounce there by Mathias. He seemed to found it on the other side, and we're going to take a timeout and listen into the huddles if we can with 7:20 to go here in the second quarter. The United States making up some room, trailing 25-21. And remember to download that Courtside 1891 app. Four-point game here in the second quarter. As both teams are in their huddles with 7:20 to go. The United States so far led by Dakota Mathias, who's got 8 points in the ball game, 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from 2-point distance, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds as well to go along with those 8 points. He's the leader for Team USA and in the ball game. Angel Delgado, those 6 points right now, still not in. So timeout taken there by the Dominican Republic. They only lead by 4 now, and here comes a steal from Mejia. He came in from the blind side. Now they give it back. Now they get the flush. Good ball movement there. And the punch by Soriano. 10 fast break points in this ball game for the Dominican Republic. They've been going quickly on the United States. Mathias left that one short, and they get it right back. Peyton Jr. with the rebound there. Near side, it's Hill. Yes, sir! Malcolm Hill, his first bucket. The United States trailing by 3, and Peyton Jr. also those 4 assists to start off here. That one tapped around. Dominican Republic gets it right back. Perez on the right side. Now stepping up is Tillman. That's a mismatch. Perez switches speeds, pulls back. That one just rims out. Inside, the foul as Mejia was trying to go back up for it. They might have called the foul on the floor, though. Clearly fouled somewhere around getting it back and putting it up. And you can check out this ball movement here. That ball flew all the way around the offense to Soriano with a head of steam. The Dominican Republic up by 2, a shooting foul for Mejia. And he makes the first one. He so far has appeared just in this FIBA World Cup Americas qualifiers. As he splits the free throws, rebound tracked down by Robinson. And the United States back the other way. USA trailing by 4, and we have a whistle on the far side of the floor now. Seems to be on the shot clock. They blew it dead. Team USA with 2 team fouls. Team Dominican Republic with 1 team foul. 4 minutes in to this second quarter. They give it off. That one rejected down low by Castillo. Him and Soriano are like twin towers down there. Now it's Perez who wants this dance. Goes down the lane, puts it up, left it short, and the rebound by Robinson. Mathias, who's been on fire, will give it up to Peyton Jr. and they'll run their offense. And that one tapped away by Mejia. It's a block party here in Front Wave Arena. Mejia underneath, gets a bounce off of the rim. Foul on the other side. Peyton Jr. running downhill. Halfway through this second quarter here, 4:57 to go. Big old rejection there on one side. And then Mejia said, give me one right back. And then the finish as well. Well, he does it on one side, you gotta reward him on the other. Machos will check in for Castillo for the Dominican Republic. Brandon Knight is back in for Malcolm Hill. First free throw will fall for Peyton Jr., a FIBA U19 world champion in 2013. Now playing for the Birmingham Squadron in the G League. Peyton Jr. is going to check out for Shackelford. Now the starter comes back in for the United States, who trails by 4. So near side it's Solano. Solano back in there, got an open lane, gave it up. The floater missed everything. USA trying to push on the other side. Here's Knight. Shackelford in the corner, thought about baseline. Perez cut him off. Now he actually takes it to the baseline, pump fakes, ball moves around, finds Knight. Missed opportunities for the United States, and the Dominican Republic has been capitalized on them. And they've been playing great defense against the USA so far as well. Solano on Mathias. All the way back outside, and luckily it's got saved by Perez there from going in the backcourt, and then a bad pass. A bad possession there by the Dominican Republic. They did have 1 second on the shot clock though, so even if he got that pass through, they might not have been able to get a shot off, and you can clearly see there Solano making a case that he was being held, and the Dominican Republic needs a timeout, only up by 4 here in the second quarter. Second timeout here, taken by the Dominican Republic. Take a look at some of the numbers here. The United States, while they started off a little bit slow, now shooting 54% from the field. They have attempted 10 threes though. Interesting that the Dominican Republic really has just been trying to play the game inside out. That's been their game this entire series and also this entire qualifying window. So far, they've only attempted 2 threes. The Dominican Republic has struggled overall in this series, but has shown it can compete offensively when the tempo rises. Clearly highlighted by that 102-99 field back in 1993 and a 116-108 win in 1989. Their lone victories in this stretch so far. The United States has won 8 of the last 9 documented meetings between these two teams. But the DR has proven capable of explosive scoring nights and staying within striking distance. When execution is sharp, they're going to need Delgado there on your screen. And they just got to make sure they're controlling their possessions. We got 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. USA trailing by 4. Knight driving to the right. Wiseman got it back. Floater, no. Four-point game. Perez up top, gets that screen from Delgado. Perez down the lane, gives it up to Delgado, swatted away by Wiseman. He said, give me that. It was saved on the far side, and now the punch down by Perez. An unfortunate event for the United States there, just giving it right to the Dominican Republic. Mathias getting downhill, floating it, and was tapped on his way going up to the rim there. Excuse me, make that Roddy. Hassel Perez picks up the personal foul there. Roddy clearly nagged on that transition, and Wiseman, that huge swat. He's got 2 blocks in this ball game so far. Roddy's first free throw goes in. Selected 23rd overall in the 2022 NBA draft. Played at Colorado State in the United States and appeared in the NBA with both Memphis and Phoenix. Now plays for the Raptors 905 in the G League. United States trailing by 4. The USA has already putting up 17 points here in the second quarter. They trail by 4. Off-balance shot and a foul in favor of the Dominican Republic. Solano immediately put his hands up, and so did his coach Garcia there. He was guarded by Knight there, and maybe Knight got a little too handsy, bumped him a little too much, and now Solano for 2. Solano, one of the guys that played in Serbia, now playing in Indonesia actually for DOS, but he's been all over the place. He's played for the Honey Badgers in Canada as well, and Hungary. A veteran leader for this Dominican Republic squad at 31 years old. Wiseman dribbling in from the right block. Those fadeaways haven't been falling for him. 6-point game, under 3 minutes to go. Getting downhill. That shot off the mark by Solano. And that one intercepted by the Dominican Republic. They give it up. Solano will tell everyone, let's slow it down. The United States was able to get back there on defense. Swatted again by Wiseman, his 3rd block of the game. Roddy the other way, lobs it up. Wiseman, the alley-oop finish. A 1-2 punch by the United States. And you could see that one forming from the front court. Wiseman, a huge presence here in the first half. Cut off, other way, a run for it, tracked down by Robinson. Now a huck and a bury from Shackelford. USA trailing by 1. USA has gotten a couple of steals here in this second quarter, and like we were just saying, it's all about taking care of the basketball for the Dominican Republic. Silverio gives it up, a turnaround, just rims out by Delgado, and now he puts it in. Was he fouled before the shot? So it will be an and one opportunity here for Delgado. Yeah, put it in. Count him out, Delgado. So the power forward now going back to the line at 31 years old. Delgado, a big basketball Champions League presence for those of you that follow FIBA basketball, as Wiseman gets called for his second personal. Dominican Republic is in the bonus for the final minute and 30 of this quarter. Delgado also played with the LA Clippers and had a couple of G League stops as well. From the top, Knight fouled, waved it off. It was on the floor up top. The Dominican Republic did have one foul to give with a minute and 22 seconds left. See there, Wiseman just getting up on both sides. And then just the great ball movement, finding the open Shackelford. You got to get your shooters the ball when you can, and especially if they're wide open. The step back from Knight, left it short. On the other side, here's Matos. Lost it and threw it to Casper the Ghost. It's going back the other way. $1:08 to go in the second quarter. The Dominican Republic's lead has been cut to 4. But they're still holding strong, though. They haven't relinquished the lead at any point in this ball game. Shackelford falling to the floor. And the Dominican Republic slowing it down. Got a 2-for-1 opportunity here. It's Bautista up top. Now Delgado. Silverio comes up to get it. Delgado's going to set that screen. Silverio left alone. About a 4.5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ray Knight saw that and said, let's slow down. Try to take up as much of this clock as they possibly can. Now he comes out from the logo. Now he goes to the right and he lost it. It's going back the other way. On the near side, Silverio over the traffic. Didn't make it. 3 seconds left to go. Corner. That one goes out of play. And a shot in the face. A whistle blows. Was it after play was over? Saw Tillman there trying to get to the corner to stop Silverio from shooting it after he relocated out there. And it looked like maybe that was a travel as Tillman got him there. Might have gotten a finger on it, though. Almost looked like Silverio had another thought about shooting it. Came out of his hand really weird. So our officials are going to go back to the monitor here at the end of this second quarter. It did look like from the first angle that it might have been a travel. So now we'll see it from this one. So Silverio misses that shot. Nice job there by Matos. Gives it back to him. And then if he catches it there, yeah, that's a travel. That's what I originally called. And I even second guessed myself. And then after his second try there, it all depends on where this shot came and how much time was left on the, there was time left on that clock. He caught it, put it back up, and where does the foul occur when that shot clock expires? A lot of things for our officials to look at here as the Dominican Republic is leading by 4. So he lets it go there at the end with 0.1 second left on the clock. Tillman maybe making contact with him there, which I guess in theory would put him at the line. That frame right there. Great job by our production team getting this one. And like I said, He did take a little bit of a shot to the face, and you can see 5 hands saying slap to Silverio's face as he hit the deck hard there. And Tillman immediately rushed over to get him up. The Dominican Republic up by 4. Here in the second quarter, have not relinquished this lead. Biggest scoring run, 9-0, and we have a call. We have a foul with about 1 second left on the clock. So Tillman, no, we're only going to shoot 1. It was an unsportsmanlike foul on Jeremiah Tillman with 0.1 second left on the clock. So the Dominican Republic will just shoot 1. Make that 2 with the unsportsmanlike. And it'll be side out of bounds. For the Dominican Republic. A weird end of the second quarter here. Kind of took away everybody's momentum. Both teams were running back and forth. And now it'll just be an inbound. Not much time to really get a shot up. And that'll do it for the second quarter of action. 2 free throws made there by Silverio, who only had been averaging 2.5 points through the first 2 games of these qualifiers. But the Dominican Republic's got to hold their heads high. They are up at the half against the United States by 6. The United States, who destroyed Nicaragua both times they played them in the first window. So now we're here in the second window to the Dominican Republic, 1-1 so far on the season. Had to play Mexico twice, beat Mexico by 7 in their first appearance, lost by 1 at home in their second. And we check out the numbers there. 13 free throws by the Dominican Republic. Clearly, they've been playing the game inside out and killing the United States on the glass right now, beating them by 8, 23-15 in the rebound battle. And your leading scorers in this ball game, Delgado, I mean, he turned it up in that second quarter. And even in the first quarter, they really didn't have an answer for him. He's been our player of the game so far. Him and James Wiseman going back and forth. It's been the bigs controlling both the pace and the glass here in the first half of this ball game. As we check out our best plays from that second quarter, and it started off by that run from Darius Mathias. He was awesome, getting back-to-back buckets. Mathias ended up with 8 points in that first quarter, and then that slam from Soriano kept the scoring going for the Dominican Republic. They took the lead at the beginning and really haven't looked back. Malcolm Hill from the distance, and then it was a block party for a second here. A couple of blocks on both sides. Mejia got that one, and then they gave it right back to him on the other side. Swatting again was James Wiseman. Perez, a nice dunk. By the way, Perez has been also a great defender in this one. He's got 4 rebounds of his own and a steal to go along with 6 points. Shackelford for the United States bearing a much-needed 3. And it's a 6-point game at the half. The Dominican Republic and the United States here in Oceanside, California at Front Wave Arena will step aside for the half.
Showdown here tonight. Let's get this body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! going to get a trap there. Dribbled right into it. Odish, can he find a way out? He does. Good ball movement for Jamaica. And a slam for Facey. What an addition he is to feed. Echeverria. Oh, having none of it. The block in the center after the fancy handles from Echeverria. And Argentina just goes straight to the goal. Corbalan throws it down after the big defensive stop. He's got 10. It's a steal. Montero lobs it up, and Soriano brings down the house. Timeout, Mexico. On the far side, contested, turned it over. They push it up. Knight giving it up to Smart. Just going to try and challenge the shot. We saw him do that earlier. He picks off the ball far too easily. What a pass out that is. And the freedom to fly. Gonzalo Corbalan.
Nice pass inside, but Jones is rejected by Charles Badioko, who flexes after that one. And this time, he is rewarded by his teammates. He gets the block on the defensive end, sprints the floor, and gets the assist from Bell Haynes.
Shot clock down to 7. Odish running into trouble. Will take a tough 3. Doesn't get it. The rebound. Coburn tips it home. Jamaica fired up. Coburn with an offensive rebound and a putback, of course. Oh, Borges, what a time. Obrigado, boa noche. What a play by Flamengo's Alexei Borges. Inside with a two-handed hammer. Galata Boutier. Isaiah Pinheiro. Here's the big two-hander. Get out of the way. Things are about to get rough. Chance for Uruguay to win it. Who's going to throw it up? The pass! Bang! Martin Rojas stealing the spotlight. He got it away in time. He gets Uruguay the win. How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I'll go attack to close out. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Let's check out our top scorers from both sides, starting on the Dominican Republic side. And it was that early and often scoring that we were talking about. Angel Delgado, 9 points. Nice 3 of 5 from 2-point range. He's been great on the glass for them so far as well. 7 rebounds to go along with those 9 points. Also was credited with 2 steals so far in this one. And on the other side for the United States, Dakota Mathias came in off the bench and then immediately took over. 8 points, went 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 2-point range, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, and a perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds. But currently, the United States trailing by 6 here in this ball game. They're going to need a lot more of Mathias's energy. And whatever magic sauce that was to get that to bounce in. They need a lot more of that. Clearly, the United States came out a little bit slow in this one. And funny enough, the Dominican Republic still has not hit a 3 in this ball game. It's been just 2-pointers for them, and they've only made one shot further than 10 feet. So clearly, the Dominican Republic came in and has been sticking to their game plan. And you obviously see Mathias out there on your screen right now getting some shots up before this second half, making sure he stays warm, obviously wearing that sleeve on his right arm. Mathias was the one that was hot for Team USA in that first half. The Dominican Republic has led for this entire ball game so far. Currently up by 6, shooting about 44% from the field. The United States is actually shooting better from the field. They're shooting 47%. It's a whole 3% better, but the Dominican Republic has just been able to get those steals and capitalize off of them as well. The United States has turned the ball over 11 times in this ball game, and 14 points for the Dominican Republic have come off of those turnovers. 10 fast break points for the Dominican Republic, 12 second chance points for them. They've been getting the offensive rebounds. They got 9 so far in this ball game, and with guys like James Wiseman in there, as well as Jeremiah Tillman, you would think that the United States would be a little bit better at rebounding, especially on their defensive side. They got 13 defensive rebounds, 1 less than what the Dominican Republic has, but the Dominican Republic has been out rebounding them by crazy right now. 23-15 is the rebound differential. But 9 offensive boards for the Dominican Republic. I mean, that has been the tail of the tape. You take a look at the game leaders for Team USA in this one. Peyton Jr. came in and was just sharing the rock like crazy. Mathias again with those 8 points. And also has the most rebounds as a 193 centimeter, 6'3" guard. So a guard for them has their most rebounds. Meanwhile, on the other side, Delgado has the most rebounds for the Dominican Republic. But Dakota Mathias, check out his numbers so far, leading the USA in 2 categories. Mathias hasn't seen time with Team USA since 2021. They're going to lean into that young man there, James Wiseman, at 24 years of age. He was really nice on the offensive side, around the glass. Had a couple of turnaround jumpers that couldn't actually find the cup. But if he can get going, they're going to be good. And of course, Brandon Knight, who got going early, went a little quiet there in that second quarter. So they're going to need their captain to step up a little bit if they want to win this ball game. If the United States wins, they're 1 win away from advancing automatically to the second round. If the Dominican Republic wins, well, that's when permutations and point differential come up, and they're crazy, because right now Mexico is at the top of the standings with that win today over Nicaragua. But the Dominican Republic beat Mexico by 7 points, only lost to Mexico by 1. So if they beat the United States here, you would see the Dominican Republic vault to #1 in Group A based on their win over Mexico, which was a larger margin of victory than their loss to Mexico. And if they get a win over USA, they automatically become the #1 team in Group A here in the first round. They will play the United States again, though. These 2 teams will see each other one more time down in the Dominican Republic on July 3rd. And if the DR can win this game, that one is going to be circled on their schedule. But, and you know, at the beginning of the game, we were really talking about Hassel Perez and what he really brings to the squad, you know, playing for Club Deportivo Granada, por Baloncesto in Spain, but really that inside work from Angel Delgado and the addition of him to this squad, he's been the difference maker. Delgado and Soriano, a 1-2 punch. We saw Soriano actually in the last window. He was averaging 14 points per game, so the bigs for the Dominican Republic are clearly what they like to showcase. With the United States, it's been their shooting. So Coach Silas, there on your screen, has to draw something up for the USA here in this second half. But the USA set a scoring record in their second win over Nicaragua in the last window. They put up 123 points to 93. Led by Beauchamp and Brandon Knight in that last window. This is the second window of 4 here in the first round, and we're going all the way to the 2027 FIBA World Cup. The United States currently ranked number 1 in the world, the Dominican Republic 21. But something to note also, the Dominican Republic really leaning heavy into veterans on this team. 6 of the 12 players on this roster are 30 years old and above. The United States, everyone kind of in their early to mid 20s. You got 8 in their early to mid 20s out of the 12 on this roster. Only 4 are those veteran presence above 30 years old for the USA. Download the World Cup Qualifiers app to stream and make sure you stay up to date on all of the World Cup qualifiers all around the world. Scan that QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You can get highlights, scores, and more. The Dominican Republic a 6-point lead here as we get set for our third quarter of action from Front Wave Arena. The USA did go on a little bit of a run there in that second quarter as they outscored the Dominican Republic 22-18, but the DR did keep pace with them. The USA is just trying to come back from scoring only 11 points in that first quarter. The Dominican Republic outscored them by 10, put up 21 in that first quarter, and that's why we are here at 39-33. And now the second half is underway. And we'll go to work. Solano, the first to touch it here in this second half, and now he has it on the left wing. Knight steps up, now he goes to the right elbow. Steps back, he's guarded by Roddy. Now a 3 on the way. They still have not hit a 3 yet in this ball game. Haven't taken a lot of them, but still haven't hit one. Shackelford, that one bounces around as Perez skies in. I thought he was gonna dunk that for them real quick. Shackelford, Roddy, Knight, Wiseman, and Robinson are on the floor for the United States, and the reverse will fall for Solano and the Dominican Republic. So for the Dominican Republic, it's Nunez, Solano, Matos, Delgado, and Perez for the team up by 8. Roddy from the outside will try it. Connects! USA back to trailing by 5. Roddy's got 5 points so far in the ball game. That's his first made shot from the field, though. Underneath, an immediate foul coming in. This one going against Knight. And that's where the USA has been in some trouble. It's the 11th team foul on the USA in this ball game. They're averaging so far in the qualifiers 17.5 personal fouls per game. And they're now at 11 already. Just almost a minute and a half into the second quarter, or second half of this ball game, excuse me. And that one goes in. So Coach Silas has got to dig deep here with his squad. Matos makes both of those free throws. Here's Wiseman spinning in, and those floaters haven't been falling for him. An opportunity here for the Dominican Republic. It's Delgado from way outside the arc. Now Solano going left, pulls ups. Matos, three. Oh yeah! Couldn't have come at a better time. The Dominican Republic extending their lead. That's their first three of this game. Shackelford outside, Roddy, big boy. USA gets a three right back there. Roddy's got 8 points. It's the Dominican Republic by 7. Solano looking. And it stays over here. He was trying to feed Delgado there, but that lane occupied by Knight and Wiseman. Take a look there. Matos hit on one side. Roddy, one right back. USA and the Dominican Republic trading buckets just the way this game was meant. And another one for the Dominican Republic. Hassel Perez getting going from deep. They're back up by 10. Shackelford, no. Looked like he was fouled all the way out there. And I believe we're going to get a timeout here taken by Coach Steven Silas. As you can see, Matos having a chat there with Garcia, who's one of the most expressive coaches you'll ever see. But the United States needs a timeout. They're trailing by 10. Tied for their biggest deficit of this game. The Dominican Republic has not trailed at any point in this game. We can listen in.
From the corner.
So clearly the United States and Coach Silas pleading for his team to do everything that they've been practicing the last 5 days there in Southern California. Telling them you're better than this. Obviously, maybe some extra words were used, but in the spirit of competition, you know, things like that are going to come out. So the United States trailing by 10. With Shackelford going to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Shackelford averaged 9 points per game in the last window, 71.4% from the field. Didn't miss a free throw. And he makes 2 of the 3 there. Now 7 points in this ball game. Solano going right, had Wiseman stepping up, and the reverse put back by Delgado. Have yourself a game, Delgado. Roddy finding Knight, a deep one. Knight finds the bottom of the cup. Brandon Knight, 6 points tonight. averaging 15 so far here through the qualifiers. Underneath, Delgado, a bullet up top. Perez down the left lane with the right hand, a little bit too strong. Wiseman colliding there with Delgado, who's down on the floor. Roddy gives it off tonight. The extra pass off the mark. The USA getting it right back. Still no Delgado in sight. And a timeout finally coming. The big fella still not able to get up. Looks to be in a little bit of pain. Gotta hope he's okay. He's been, yeah, you see him colliding there with Wiseman. The USA and the Dominican Republic playing a pretty physical game, but seems like Delgado able to get up and walk off under his own power, but he was their biggest factor in this ball game, and you hope he just needs to go to the side to get tended to quickly and can get back out on that court. 11 points, 7 rebounds for Delgado there, and now Soriano will check back in. Soriano also been very effective. It's been a big deterrent for shots. Now James Wiseman, or excuse me, that's Peyton Jr. on the runner. And Soriano wrestling for that rebound. It's Peyton Jr. wide open. Perez now getting it back up top. A lot of second chance opportunities. These offensive boards for the Dominican Republic have been piling up. It'll stay on this side. 10 offensive rebounds for the Dominican Republic in this ball game. Good for 27 in total. They're out rebounding the USA by 9. Stop and go. Solano, midi. Payne Jr. pressing. Wiseman drops the anvil. He can really rock the rim. We saw that there in the first half. Gets a big one there in the second half. Dominican Republic only up by 5. The give off and the finish. It doesn't matter what big is in. Soriano this time. Getting it to fall. Now we're going back the other direction. Perez cherry picking. Perez the one-handed jam. The Dominican Republic back up by 9. Wiseman tried to give it off. Wide open space. Cleared for landing. Hassel Perez. Now on the other side, Wiseman trying to finish it. Can't. And now was fouled. It doesn't matter on the other side. Soriano with the punch and Hassel Perez back to back, throwing it down. And yeah, you talk about the fast break points for this Dominican Republic squad. 14 fast break points, 16 points off of those turnovers. The United States has turned the ball over 12 times in this ball game. James Wiseman splits those free throws, and Jeremiah Tillman is back in for Wiseman. Wiseman now has 7 points in this ball game as he has a seat, but the Dominican Republic is back up by 10. Here's Peyton Jr. all the way back up top. Nunez into the lane, missed it. Another offensive board for the Dominican Republic. And now they'll slow it down. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Perez. Got it! From deep! Hassel Perez alive in this third quarter. And he's been doing it on both ends of the floor. And now a block down low by Solano. And a foul in the direction for the Dominican Republic. The United States is frustrated. Peyton Jr. trying to give Perez a bear hug. Interesting seeing both Perez and Solano on the floor at the same time here. They're running 2 point guards on the floor. As I say that, of course, Perez checks out. Because, of course, Coach Garcia does that. 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Dominican Republic, their biggest lead of the game. It's 13 right now. Silverio is back in there. Gives it off to Soriano. Now Silverio, right side. Thought Soriano was cutting through the lane, but it was touched last by the United States. So Coach Silas locked in there on his team. 5 seconds to shoot it for the Dominican Republic coming from the inbound. The trigger coming from the left side of the cup. Nunez, right corner, and a foul called. This one goes against Malcolm Hill, who's bewildered. It came with 3 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And he still can't believe it. Nunez goes to the line to shoot a few. Nunez in that first qualifying window averaged 6.5 points per game, 1.5 rebounds, and shot 50% from the floor. These were his first made free throws, though. In this entire competition. Played 2 games, averaged 15.7 minutes per game. He's played all over the place, Greece, Poland, and Cyprus. Both teams with a foul to give here with just above 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. On the left side, Taylor attacking. The bounce pass down low. Tillman is hacked. The Dominican Republic has their biggest lead of the game right now. It's at 16. The United States has a lot of digging to do, and that one will be a foul coming from the back. It'll get called on Soriano. It's Soriano's second personal of this ball game. Tillman missed that first free throw. So far averaging 6.5 points per game and 4 rebounds per game in these qualifiers. An 87.5% free throw shooter. So he splits them. But in FIBA competition, Peyton Jr. does get credited for an assist there, leading the team in assists with 6. Soriano now up top, guarded by Tillman on the wraparound now. Silverio, left, right side. Now shot waved off. Threw it off to the right side, I should say, with 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Both teams now in the bonus as that third foul goes on Peyton Jr. here. So both teams in the bonus for the final 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. It got a little more physical and a little more messy, and good look over there. Delgado laughing off with his teammates. Seems to be okay. Took that hard fall and shot earlier. Seems to be all right as the pair of free throws are made there by Silverio, who's got 6 points in this ball game. perfect from the free throw line so far. So the United States leaning into Mathias here. They're going to need some Mathias scoring. They want to get back in this game. He's got the rock up top. Now he'll pump it from deep. And a foul coming in over the back. That's going to be against the United States. Looks like on Tyler Taylor, and that's going to be free throws. So you see Taylor there trying to get around Juan Matos. He's going to go to the line and shoot a few. First free throw will be good for Matos. Matos currently plays in Uruguay. Appeared in the AmeriCup qualifiers for the Dominican Republic. Has been working up through the ranks of youth U19 World Championships where they won a bronze. Now playing for the senior team here. Peyton Jr. on the near side, trying to create some room. And a foul. That one called on Miguel Torres, who was a little up in his business. Yeah, very much up there. Easy foul call, and we're shooting free throws the rest of the way here, obviously, and that free throw is off the mark. Not a time when the United States can afford to miss free throws, and the fans kind of looking everywhere else but the court right now. And that free throw manages to fall in. Peyton Jr. got a good bounce. So here's Silverio. Now the give right back. Torres off balance, got it back to Silverio, cuts through the lane. Now tried to give it up inside, and it was stolen by Peyton Jr. United States pushing with Peyton Jr. at the lead, and he goes in for two. United States trailing by 16 here in this ball game with a minute and a half and counting left to go here in this third quarter. Time really winding down here for the USA. The Dominican Republic has been taking it to him. 28 points for the DR in this quarter. In the corner, that one off the mark, and an offensive board for the Dominican Republic. And the runner down the lane is knocked off the mark. The Dominican Republic has just been pressuring the United States. Here's the give off. And a missed shot underneath. They're letting them play through it. A little bit of sloppy basketball there on both ends of the floor for these two teams. But that plays right into the favor of the Dominican Republic. A long one. And that foul will come on the floor against the Dominican Republic. Silverio shot that one with a lot of confidence. Just clanked off the right side of the rim there. Coach Silas is going to need to dig deep and help this USA squad out. 31 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Free throws coming for Malcolm Hill, who currently plays for the Delaware Bluecoats of the NBA G League, the G League affiliate for the Philadelphia 76ers. Averaged 13.8 points per game, though, in FIBA competition, Basketball Champions League back in 2019 with MHP Riesen in Germany. They also played in the BCL for Telekom Baskets Bonn in Germany. USA trailing by 14. Solano now up top, guarded by Robinson. Way out beyond the arc. They're both at the logo. Now he'll get the screen from Mejia. They give it back to Mejia. Solano cutting. Mejia fouled and flicked it in for two. An impressive showing here by the 34-year-old. How about that rim awareness? Third foul on Malcolm Hill puts Mejia at the line. Mejia converts the three-point play. He's now got 6 points in this ball game, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. The United States, as the clock's winding down, can't get a shot to fall, and they're trailing by 17 going into the fourth quarter here. The Dominican Republic came out and punched the United States in the throat, and the United States hasn't been able to recover here, and the leader for this Dominicana squad, Delgado, rallying the troops there in the huddle. Take a look at the numbers here. 23 free throws shot by the Dominican Republic in this game, and they've been crushing it on the glass as well as we check out our best plays from that third quarter. And it started slow for the Dominican Republic as the United States, Roddy came out and hit one early there. But then the first three-pointer came down from Matos for the Dominican Republic, and the DR hit 3 three-pointers in that third quarter. And it came from all different areas too. One was up top, one was in the corner. The United States trying to keep pace, but you got to be trading threes with threes, and then it was just the turnovers and the running in transition on both sides. Soriano, though, came in for the injured Delgado and immediately made his presence felt. Perez got out in front of the pack a couple of times. And then making a 3 of his own, got in on a lot of action there in the third quarter. And it's just been a defensive grind for the Dominican Republic, and it has been successful. They've just been playing the game inside out pretty much all game long. Hey, everyone, download that Courtside 1891 app. Scan the QR code to get the app or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions from around the world. But I think the whole world is tuned into this one now as the Dominican Republic has a seismic lead over the United States. One of the keys to the game for the Dominican Republic was explosive scoring right out of the gates. And their execution had to be sharp, their possessions had to be controlled, and they've been checking every single one of those boxes so far. And their leading scorer, Asel Perez, 16 points. You think they missed him in their last game against Mexico where they lost by 1 point? This window could change. Peyton Jr., Mathias, Taylor, Robinson, and Hill on the court for the United States to start off this fourth quarter. Mathias, the midi, off the mark. And Mejia gets it back for the Dominican Republic. It's Mejia, Solano, Matos, Soriano, and Perez in there for the Dominican Republic starting off this fourth quarter that we're now 30 seconds into. The dance, the shot, off the mark. Inside, the lefty can't finish it. United States almost got a steal there, but Solano got it right back now outside. Perez thought about it, now set his feet. Still the Dominican Republic by 17. And if you're the Dominican Republic, you're going to absolutely be okay with trading missed buckets, but the fouls have hurt both of these sides. 14th foul in this ball game on the Dominican Republic, a team that's averaging 18 fouls per game. Tyler Taylor at the line, playing for the Brisbane Bullets, excuse me, out of Australia. Played at Austin Peay in the United States, a two-time Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year. Three-time All-OVC selection. Got to call one of his games while he was actually in college. Dominican Republic by 15 here. 8.5 to go in regulation. Time is running out for the United States. It's Perez from the outside. He wants this dance. Perez saw a lane, switched up from the charity stripe. It's a nice one. Wow. A 17-point lead. Underneath, that one swatted away. Perez got it right back. And the Dominican Republic now running back the other way. Mejia picked up his dribble. Now Solano. Up top to Soriano. Matos, 3 seconds to shoot it. Matos, the runner, off the mark. Mejia trying to save it. It goes out last off of the Dominican Republic as James Wiseman will check back in for the USA. The Dominican Republic in this ball game, 16 points off of turnovers, 14 fast break points, 15 second chance points, 38 points in the paint. Until they finally made it rain from the outside. And one there. Peyton Jr. going right to the cup for a chance at 3. Perez got called with the whistle, and a chance at a 3-point play for Peyton Jr., a FIBA U19 World Champion. Back in 2013, missed the free throw. You know, we always talk about late game free throws. Those always come back to haunt you. 15-point differential. Solano gives it inside. And a foul. First team foul on the USA. Solano has been doing a great job of getting his teammates involved in this one. And now Joel Soriano is back to the line. Soriano currently playing in Germany for the U First Sports Overseas Ltd. A front court centerpiece for the Dominican Republic in FIBA windows. 14 points per game so far is what he's averaging in these qualifying windows. An average 12.3 points per game at the 2025 AmeriCup, where the Dominican Republic finished in 5th place. In their last game against Mexico, where they lost by 1, he played 26 minutes and had 12 points. And here is a good sign for the Dominican Republic, bringing in their closer, Angel Delgado. The float up underneath to Wiseman, missed it short, and the big rebound by Delgado. I mean, you feel his presence the second he comes back in the game. It's his 8th rebound of the contest. He's 2 away from a double-double. From the right side, Mejia maybe had that shot deterred. Goaltend. Peyton Jr. now. As Knight goes to the right. 5 seconds to shoot it. Knight hits the long boy. .15-point game. Knight saying we got to stack those. The Dominican Republic thinking, okay, that's the last shot we can give them. Wide open there. Now Delgado, left corner. The drive inside, the floater. USA running. It's Knight. into the lane and puts it through. A little momentum here for the United States, trailing by 13. Under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. From the far side, it's Perez, guarded well out beyond the arc by Peyton Jr. He's all over him. Now Solano, near side, gives it off, too low. Was it a kick ball though? It'll stay on this side. Take a look at Knight there though. Shooting with absolute confidence, and then he can do it from the outside or he can do it from the inside, doesn't matter. That one taken away by Shackelford. Shackelford immediately making his presence felt the second he enters the game. An offensive foul. Coach Silas not happy. Shackelford tried to benefit the team with his first steal of the game. And then comes right back on the other side. And gets called for the offensive foul. 2 team fouls on both of these sides with less than 5.5 minutes to play. The United States, 13 turnovers today when they're averaging 7.5. Solano trying to run off Knight. Him and Perez have been playing a great 2-man game up top. Now Delgado setting that screen. Perez goes back the other way on Delgado. Perez comes to a stop, fades. And a foul in transition going back the other way for Brandon Knight. And a technical call on Delgado. It's those kind of remarks and plays. When you give the other team momentum, you're up on the #1 team in the country, in the world. So Delgado, a mistake there with that technical as you take a look at that last play. And Knight just ran right through a wall there as Delgado will have a seat. A timeout called by the Dominican Republic. The United States on a little bit of a run here. And with 4:54 to go, we're halfway through the fourth quarter. The Dominican Republic, a 13-point lead. Led by as much as 20-something in this ball game. And they've led for all of the minutes in this game as well. And DR just playing great in all categories. But you really feel like maybe there's a little bit of momentum on the other side now. And a great timeout called there by Coach Garcia in his 7th year at the helm for this team. So the United States and the Dominican Republic throwing haymakers at each other right now. But the Dominican Republic, the one area that they've really excelled in is the rebounding. They've out-rebounded the United States by 13 in this ball game. They have 38 team rebounds as a team, the United States 25. 13 offensive boards. And most of those coming from Delgado, Soriano, and Hassel Perez has been really a key factor for the Dominican Republic in this one. Their leading scorer with 18 points. He's shooting 50% from the field, 50% from beyond the arc. He's got 9 rebounds, 3 of which were offensive boards. He's got a steal, he's got 3 assists. And the United States getting one inside there again. And now they're only trailing by 10. And now it's just a straight sprint to zeros on the clock here in the fourth quarter. And the Dominican Republic get a bucket right back to keep some momentum. The turnaround. No, that one's not going to go in for Delgado. Another second chance opportunity for the Dominican Republic. 14 offensive boards in this ball game. From the outside, Perez guarded by Wiseman. Perez steps back, Wiseman the closeout, and it's a wedgie! A wedgie at Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California. It's going back the other way. It's a jump ball, actually. So we tried to step back on Wiseman there and left it a little bit short and wide left. Possession arrow in the direction of the Dominican Republic. And Mejia going right to the cup, was undercut and made the shot. When you need him, he appears. Anderson Mejia in his 17 minutes of play. Another and one opportunity for the 25-year-old. The Dominican Republic back up by 12 and a chance to put them back up by 13. So Mejia at the line. 201 centimeters, 6'7", and he missed the free throw. These late game free throws are going to come back to haunt whichever team goes down in this ball game. They have not been good at making free throws down the stretch. Alone, Knight, yes sir! Knight brings the United States back within 10 points of the Dominican Republic. And he's now in double figures. He's got 11 points, double figures in back-to-back qualifying games now. From the outside, Shackelford trying to step up on Perez, and a shot clock violation by the Dominican Republic, and you can feel where some momentum is swaying with 3:16 to go. Knight hitting that one from deep. So Knight's been the hot hand this entire qualifiers. Knight again, it's Cash! Knight is on a tear right now. United States trailing by 6. And an offensive foul going back the other direction. Knight splashes 2 threes and then takes the charge. Under 3 minutes to go. The captain for the United States squad is putting the team on his back. How did he make that off-balance shot? He was going to his left. 2:56 here in the fourth quarter. The inbound goes to Wiseman. Knight wraps up top. Missed everything on that one. Had to give it back to him though. A little bit of a heat check. A 6-point game. 18 points in this quarter for the United States. They trailed by 20 at one point. Solano taking his time with 2.5 to go. Gets the big screen from Delgado. Now Solano goes down the left side and the feed inside to Mejia. Nice play design there. A much needed bucket for the Dominican Republic. They're back up by 8. It's Knight up top. He'll look to drive it himself, and the alley-oop slam from James Wiseman. Boy, when you put it up for Wiseman like that, he's been able to finish every time in this ball game. The United States is in the bonus for the final 2 minutes and some change here in the fourth. It's getting close. The final few minutes of this ball game. Underneath, Delgado missed it. Ball's loose. The USA comes away with it. Robinson Now on the far side, and they'll slow it down. Shackelford calling the play, going left. Shackelford with the left, couldn't get the spin in. Mejia, other side, steps through. That's a huge bucket for the Dominican Republic. The United States was trying to punch back. And Mejia, every single time they've needed a bucket, has been their man. That's a huge shot for the 25-year-old who's having himself a game. A perfect 6 for 6 from the field. The Dominican Republic currently up by 8 points. Here in the fourth quarter with just under a minute and a half to play. If you're the Dominican Republic, you need a stop on the defensive side and then run the clock. If you're the United States, you need to trade buckets with stops on the defensive side, but they haven't been able to get too many stops up until this fourth quarter. They got to get some rebounds too. And it's been Mejia, our player of the game, just absolutely going inside. James Wiseman able to get back in the point column though. They put it above the bucket. But 15 offensive rebounds for the Dominican Republic in this game compared to the United States' 3. That's been the tale of the tape. Dominicana, they've just been able to give themselves multiple second chance opportunities. So now Knight to trigger from the near side with less than a minute and a half to go. The United States needs points, they need them fast. Knight has been their go-to man. Now it's Mathias, he'll splash it! It's a 5-point game with just a minute and 15 seconds to go. Solano up top, looking left on Shackelford, all the way back outside. Perez has 8 seconds. Perez steps back, gets it in, cut off. And it looks like there might have been a foul on the floor. Knight diving for it. The 34-year-old has put the team on his back here in the fourth quarter. The United States is in the bonus. Mathias did get a good look at the rim there. And how about Knight and Mathias? It was Mathias in the first quarter. He kind of fell a little bit in that second and third. Didn't really hear much of him. But now here in this fourth quarter, it all comes down to this. A couple of free throws for Knight, and he just misses it. Wow. The late game free throws are haunting the United States. Need those to fall. If you're a United States fan and if you're a Dominican Republic fan, you might be exhaling right now. Still a 4-point game. 53 seconds left to go. Solano up top. Goes right with the right. Missed it. Was there a foul? Looks like there was. So Solano smartly took it down the lane. The United States has been playing in foul trouble a good amount. And maybe Shackelford just got a little bit too much there. Both teams in the bonus. So Solano makes the first one. Solano with 10 points now, chance at 11. The lead is 5 right now. Make it 6. 2-possession game. The United States needs to go quickly. It's Knight. Back up top. Mathias, hounded, underneath. The reverse. That one will fall by Robinson. 4-point game. The inbound coming. And a foul call. And Knight doesn't necessarily agree with it. Coach Garcia, you saw for the Dominican Republic, said, "Oop." Foul came in from the far side official there. And a chance to extend this lead for the Dominican Republic back to 6. Solano. He's only missed 1 free throw so far tonight. It was actually here in this 4th quarter too. He has been their closer. The 31-year-old, a longtime Dominican point guard across 3 World Cups and multiple qualifying cycles, gives the Dominican Republic a 6-point lead again. So the United States has 30.5 seconds to draw up a play or 2 for 6 points. The Dominican Republic currently ranked number 21 in the world. The United States currently ranked number 1 in the world. A win for the Dominican Republic here would propel them to the top of Group A. They're currently sitting in 3rd right now. It's Mexico because they just beat Nicaragua. Then the United States is in 2nd after beating Nicaragua twice. Currently they're 2-0. 3rd is the Dominican Republic, 4th is Nicaragua. But a win over the United States means that the Dominican Republic goes to number 1 in Group A because they beat Mexico by more points than they lost to Mexico. Remember, every point in these games matters. Every single bucket, every possession, everything comes down to points and possessions here to qualify for the World Cup. And the United States had to win 2 games in this window in order to automatically qualify for the 2nd round. The Dominican Republic saying, "Not so fast, my friend." Shackelford inbounding from the far side. Has to get it in now. Robinson from the far side. 28 seconds left to go in this ball game. Knight steps back. Missed everything. And this is going back the other way. Perez caught in transition and fouled. With 20.1 seconds left to go. Knight just didn't get a clean look at it. Perez, an opportunity to put this game out of reach. Their leading scorer with 19 points now in this ball game. He's been perfect from the free throw line. And you can see the coaching staff for the United States might know it. Perez, a perfect 2 for 2 on that try. Perfect 4 for 4 in this ball game. Now from the outside, Robinson, no good. Perez coming back across the other way. And he knows he's got to score. Every point matters. He'll step back. Perez missed it short. Got it back. Put it up. Down goes the number 1 team in the world. The Dominican Republic go into Oceanside, California, and steal a huge victory over the United States of America. The last time the Dominican Republic beat the United States was 1993 in a qualifying window like this. And they are the victors here tonight. A big victory for Dominicana as they celebrate at midcourt. And they get to play the United States one more time in the qualifiers in the next window, July 3rd, in the Dominican Republic. So they have a home game now against the United States. An incredible finish there for the Dominican Republic, who take down the #1 team in the world. And it was behind that man right there, Delgado. The Dominican Republic gets to also play Sunday against Nicaragua. They are now the #1 team in Group A. And if they get a win on Sunday against Nicaragua, they will go out of this window as the #1 team in Group A. And then it all comes down to a whole different bunch of permutations going into those July games. And like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, that one against USA, they're going to have circled. They can win that one, they can advance. I mean, those best plays in the fourth quarter, Perez turned it on, Mejia turned it on, Delgado came back in to lead the pack. The Dominican Republic on the defensive side causing havoc and getting those offensive rebounds. They had 16 offensive rebounds in this game. United States, just 3 boards. The Dominican Republic hauls in 45 rebounds, giving them so many opportunities. The United States did punch back a little bit in that fourth quarter. They managed to put up 26 points, but the Dominican Republic was able to hold them off just long enough. 10 steals as a team for Dominicana. 18 assists they shared the rock. 4 blocks they were getting it off the glass. 16 points off of the 14 USA turnovers. 16 fast break points. 17 second chance points on those 16 offensive rebounds, and 46 points in the paint. They were playing inside out. The Dominican Republic is on top of Group A. You see those 2 results from our games tonight. All these teams will play again on Sunday. The United States will play against Mexico. The Dominican Republic will get to play Nicaragua to finish this second window of the FIBA World Cup America's qualifiers. So the Dominican Republic, led by Mejia, Solano, Delgado, and the rest of this pack, have done it. They climbed the mountaintop and beat the United States of America. That was a fun one, but we do have to get going. So, for all the hardworking people that bring you these broadcasts to your screens, we say so long from Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California, where the Dominican Republic downs the United States of America 87-79. To watch this entire game on replay as other games in the Group A qualifiers, as well as other games around the world, download the Courtside 1891 app. So long from California in the United States, and thanks so much for spending your night with us.